Hello, dog lovers. Welcome to the live show to Saro Dog Training Channel. Hope you're doing well and everything is going as you planned. And today is another day that we will talk about dogs. But first, I wanted to announce that I will have an giveaway today. I will be giving away a 20-minute free Zoom consultation with me. So if you want to win this free session with me, put hashtag free call on the in the chat area, and randomly I will pick one of the from the comments from the chat area today. So stay tuned throughout the show. And stay all the way to the end of the show and learn about dogs and understand what's going on with your dog, and also win a 20-minute free live session. Also, if you have any dog related questions, ask the questions in the chat area. Plus, today I wanted to talk about one topic which I have received few questions about. I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm going to start the show with answering this question, and then I'll talk about more about the giveaway and how it works and how we going to do this. And also, I'm going to answer your questions. So keep the questions coming while I am talking about this. This is two of the questions that I have recently received. I've received few of these questions throughout the week, and I wanted to. I have invited these particular viewers to come to the show today, and I'm going to explain because it's a topic that it needs a little bit of explanation and understanding. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about this. And meanwhile, again, if you have any questions, let me know. So here we go. So I have received similar questions in the past week or so, and this is two of them. It's about a dog that has been abused by human, and they are afraid of humans. How do we deal with this? So one of the questions from Black Cat 7 says, "I have a severe scared dog. He's a Doggo Argentino, 6 months old, and he was found in a field all alone when he was 5 months old. I think he wasn't socialized or maybe abused by people as puppy. Because he's very scared of people, he will do anything to get away and even pee sometimes. I'm trying my best to train and he is getting better, but not much with his fears of people. Do you think he'll get better as he grows up?" And the other similar question is from Potato Number 3 Refrigerator. It says, "Please do a video about socializing an abused dog who is afraid of people but not other dogs." So let's talk about this. Let's figure out how do we deal with um, dogs who are scared of people, right? There are dogs who are scared of people but not scared of dogs or nothing else. But there are dogs who are scared of people and everything. There are dogs who are scared of one thing and not afraid of people or dogs or anything. So there are several types of dogs, and they all, fear and are scared somehow differently. But how do we deal with dogs who are scared of people? Meanwhile, a bonus uh, point to anyone who can guess what this says. Okay, here we go. What does this say? And we'll figure that out too. So here's another clue. Uh, Clue here is I'm one of them. Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about dogs. So an afraid dog who's afraid of people needs to connect and trust another human. So whenever you go and get a dog who's scared of people, you have to be starting to build a bond, build connection, build trust with this dog, uh, to make this dog to feel safe and secure. You have to be the one. So your task is number one is to build that to with this dog. Build trust, build connection, build bond, and make this dog to feel safe and secure. The only way that you can do that is to start spending time and invest time with this dog, so this dog can be starting to somehow connect itself to you. Now, there are dogs who do attach themselves to human in unhealthy way, and there's two types of dogs. One, they attach themselves, one because they feel insecure, they attach themselves to others, and the other ones are who they don't know what they're doing and they're scared of everything else. That's why they attach themselves to human. um, a confident dog wouldn't be attaching itself to a human to that extreme level. So if your dog is attaching itself, it's following everywhere that you go, is doing everything that feels like they're just following you and they're attaching themselves to you, that means that dog is lacking confidence, doesn't know how to live on its own, is very dependent on you. So if your dog is one of those dogs who's scared of people and is attaching itself to you, that means that dog is lacking confidence. So your task is to help that dog to build confidence. So first of all, the way you're going to have to deal with a dog who's scared of people, you have to represent a human being who that dog can trust. You have to be a great example to this dog, so this dog can connect with you at least. At least has one human that feels, this dog feels secure and safe and feels that it's ideal human, you are the ideal human to connect with. So once this dog feels that, then it can start building that layer of trust and commitment to you, right? And the way you do that is by providing your dog's daily five essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. Not many dog owners focus on this. They don't focus on providing all of these. They focus on providing maybe one or two or three of these. Most commonly, people, if they if I ask them, what do you provide for your dogs daily, on daily basis, they say care and affection and maybe a little bit of exercise. Probably that's where you are as well. You're just focused on these, on those three, which is care, affection, and exercise, basically. But when you do that, it's out of the formula. The formula is that you have to provide a dog's five essential needs, first of all, every day. That's daily needs of a dog. Um, so let me add that too. I forgot to add that. A dog's daily five essential needs are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. You need to provide these five things for your dog in order for the formula to work. What happened here? Okay, there we go. Uh, so first of all, you have to provide these five things on daily basis, every day. Second of all, you have to provide them in this order, not the other way around, or not the way you feel like it's needed, not the way you think that is the right way. You have to provide it in this order. So the day has to start with exercise and then continue with training, continue with socialization, continue with care and affection. So if you want to learn more about what these are and how to provide them, there's a chance for you today, by the way, to win a free digital copy of my book as well, which I'm going to share with you the information in a moment. Uh, you can win a digital copy of my book, uh, which I explain all of these in details. Now, if you provide these on daily basis and in this order, the day start with exercise, training, socialization, and then provide care and then affection, then that dog has more uh, opportunity or better opportunity uh, to start bonding with you, to start feeling connected with you, to start feeling to trust you, and to start feeling safe and secure. Once you do that, that's when your dog is going to start feeling a little bit more relaxed to connect with you, right? But if you don't and you just focus on affection because your dog has been abused by a human or is feeling scared of humans and this and that, then what you're doing, you're just focused on affection, which is not the only thing that a dog needs. You may be providing care as well, but the thing is that you need to provide all these in this order for that dog to feel relaxed. Most dog owners who tend to adopt or rescue dogs who have behavioral issue, especially when it comes to a dog who's afraid of humans or afraid of dogs, is that they feel sorry for this dog. They feel bad for this dog. So when you feel sorry for this dog, your energy level, your outlook, and your feedback to your dog comes from a weak source energy. So therefore, you're not able to provide proper information and proper help to this dog. So what happens is you join your dog, you are on the same team, you become one with your dog when you only focus on affection. So you're not helping your dog. You're just sharing affection with your dog. You feel sorry for that dog, and you feel that you think that that's going to help your dog to get out of that shell, right? But in reality, what happens is you're joining your dog. You're making your dog to feel bad all the time. So when you feel bad about something, think about it this way: when you have debts, or you have lots of money that you own to, I don't know, mortgage, bank, or things like that, and you're constantly thinking about how do I pay these bills, how do I pay these debts and all that. When you think that way all the time, you get into that negative zone, and you're not actually paying the bills, right? You're just thinking about them. Instead of moving and helping and working towards making money to pay the bills, all you're doing is just thinking about it and you're digging a deeper and deeper hole in your mind and soul, and you're making this situation not only not to improve, but you're making it even worse because as you're starting to think about it, days go by, months go by, you're not helping, right? So the same thing happens with the dog. If you keep thinking that you and feel sorry for this dog, and days go by, and weeks go by, and years go by, and you're still not able to help your dog is not going to move forward. And if a dog doesn't move forward, then what's the point of rescuing this dog, right? Your task was to help and rescue this dog, right? The reason you adopted this dog was to help them to get over this issue of being uh, abused and living in that mindset. If you don't help that dog and you're just joining that dog, joining that team, and just feeling sorry for that dog, there's no point saving that dog. I'd rather allowing somebody who knows what is supposed to do and who knows what to do save this dog rather than you who are just feeling sorry for that dog. And when you feel sorry for that dog, you're not doing the part that you have to do. You're forgetting about everything else. You're forgetting about providing care, socialization, training, and exercise, right? So your task should be to focus on providing your dog's daily five essential needs and be consistent and be positive that you can do it, right? And the way you do it is provide enough exercise, not too much, not too little, not over exercise the dog, because when you have a dog who is scared of people, let's say, is stressed. And when a dog is stressed, you don't want to add more stress to it. And most people, what they do, they over exercise or under exercise the dog, therefore it stresses the dog even more. When you, for example, you don't provide daily training is something that it makes you to connect with your dog physically and emotionally and mentally, makes helps you to connect with your dog. And when you don't do training with your dog, you don't connect with your dog. And socialization is a social skill that every dog needs to learn. Every human learns this as we grow up. So you need to teach this dog the social skills, how to socialize with humans. You have to teach this dog and then provide care and also affection, right? So your task is to help the dog to get out of this shell and start exploring opportunities and uh, ways to get out of it, that mental state of mind. Once you do that, once you start building that trust and commitment and connection with your dog, then you feel like, okay, this dog now is trusting me. Now you can expand the bubble. You have to ask friends and family members to become an example for your dog as well. So you have to be asking friends and family members, can you help me with this dog? I have this situation, I want to help this dog, and can you be an example? Can you be a source of information and a source of positive energy and experiment for experiences for this dog? And if they are committed and they love you and they love your dog and they are committed, they will commit to it. Don't ask random people. Ask people that you can trust, because you have to educate them, let them know what is going on so they can be in the same page as you are. So let's say you're asking your family members to help you. So you have to educate them also that they need to understand that your dog needs daily five essential needs as well. So you have to help them to understand what is going on with your dog and what your dog needs are. And if they are educated and they are committed as well, they will have a better opportunity and chance to help your dog. So you start expanding this bubble. You present more and more positive experiences and examples to your dog. Ask people to help you. Ask friends and family members to be example for this dog. After a while, meanwhile, you have to train your dog as well. So one of the things that you need to do is training, right? So training means obedience, right? You're working on teaching your dog to learn obedience: sit, stay, calm, heel, stand, lie down, for example, right? So when you're asking your dog, this rescue dog who's been traumatized by humans is afraid of humans, right? So you're going to ask your dog to focus on something else using training. What that means is, if sorry, if this dog is scared of humans, so we need to um, make this dog to focus on something else. So it's focused on the human, oh, human scary stuff. You have to redirect that focus to something else, which in this case, I would suggest you to start helping this dog to focus on, for example, sit and stay, commands of the human. Human is giving commands to this dog to sit and stay, right? So the dog says, oh, my task now or my job now is to sit and stay. So you have to help this dog to learn to focus on sit and stay rather than human. So when you come across a human that this dog is afraid, the dog says, oh, I'm going to focus on the sit and stay command rather than the human. Right? The human is scary, yes, I understand, but my other human who I trust a lot, 100% now, has asked me to um, sit and stay. So the direction now, the focus is directed to sit and stay. So that in dog's mind, the focus is changed. You're helping this dog to focus on another task instead of task of being afraid of human. And that's how you slowly and gradually help this dog to be desensitized of fear of humans, right? So instead of focusing on the human that is a scary topic and subject, now um, I'm focused on sit and stay, the command that the human has given. So the more you do that, what happens is the the dog becomes more and more relaxed around humans. It feels more comfortable around humans. So maybe for in the beginning is doesn't look at humans, it turns around and ignores humans, but after a while starts sitting and facing the human but not interacting with the human. And after a few months, it will start to interact with humans. That's the goal, to eventually and gradually get the dog um, to connect with you and the human. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's basically um, the brief explanation or a little bit deeper explanation of how you interact help a dog who's been abused by humans and is scared of humans to change its behavior. So hopefully that helps. So what I'm going to do, just give me a second. Let me just see if this is going to work. Um, okay. For some reason, what I'm going to do, I wanted to use this random picker to see if it was going to randomly pick a comment. No, it's not working. So what I'm going to do throughout the show, I'm going to ask my partner, um, my wife actually, my partner, she's going to randomly select one of the comments throughout the show to win a 20-minute free Zoom consultation with me. If you want to win this free 20-minute session, in the chat area, type in hashtag free call, and randomly we are going to select somebody. So I already see that Luis Herrera is entered. So good luck. We'll see. Viking is here. And let's get started with the questionnaire. Now, if you have questions and or follow-up questions about how to deal with uh, dog who's scared of humans and afraid of humans, feel free to ask those questions too. Luis is asking, how do I train outdoor boundary? I don't want to use an invisible fence. What I think your meaning is you want to let your dog to roam around outside, but not to be wearing invisible that invisible fence collar, and to be free. So one of the things that I want you to understand is I'm I agree with giving freedom to dog who's trained. Okay, a trained dog can have the opportunity and should be given the opportunity to roam around. So what I mean by that is, my dog, for instance, Harvey, this one, Harvey, he's trained, he's matured, he's well behaved, he's good, right? So we have a yard as well. And I guarantee you, if I leave the yard fence door open, he won't go out. He won't go roaming around. He won't go exploring around or get out of the house. That's because he feels very secure and comfortable to be in the house. Outside, yes, dogs want to go outside and explore, but you have to allow them to go out with you. You have to take them. You have to take them outside and walk them, give them enough exploring time, give them enough time to walk and exercise and have good time outdoors, and then bring them home. And don't feel bad uh, about keeping them home. If you do your part, which is providing your dogs daily five essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. In this case, I'm more focused on exercise. If you exercise your dog, if you take it every day out for half an hour, 45 minutes, twice a day, walk, you have to physically take them out. You have to go outside. There's so much benefits for you and your dog when you take your dog for a walk outside. When you go outside with your dog, um, you have to do that. You have to put the leash on, put the raincoat on, put the jacket on, put the hat on, whatever. You have to put on all those and go outside and walk your dog. And once you do that, you come back home. Don't feel bad about keeping your dog indoors, inside. It's much more safer that way as well. Therefore, you don't need to use invisible fence. Invisible fence is for lazy people, for people who don't understand that a dog needs to go outside. If you have a yard, it doesn't mean that you need to allow your dog to be outdoors in the yard, even though it's not fenced. If it's not fenced, your dog, as long as you give your dog what it needs, you don't feel bad about keeping them indoors and safe. Hopefully that makes sense. Saber Dog is saying hello. Thank you for being here, Saber Dogs. And Janine is here. Is saying, I have a 7-month-old Aussie Doodle. We just started going to our cabin, and he loves it, but he is barking at certain people. He doesn't usually bark at people at home. Why is he doing? Is how do I stop it? So when you go to a cabin, your cabin is a different environment. It's a probably a stressful environment. In your mind, this is our cabin. This is where we go relax and have a good time and enjoy. But for your dog, it's just different. It's not home. It's an environment. It doesn't see it as, oh, it's the place that we go relax and have fun. It sees it as a place that is different than home, and I have to get used to this environment now and get comfortable in this environment where there's lots of things are happening, lots of strangers coming and going. The environment itself, the house, the cabin itself is new. Although I've been here a few times, but it's still new because it's not home. I'm not comfortable in here, so that's why it's barking. It's stressing your dog out. Understanding that, I think it will change the way you look at your dog now. In your mind, is the cabin. It's where we go have fun and relax. But in your dog's mind, that's not the place. That's the place that it's something new. So your dog is one of those sensitive dogs. So what that means is it doesn't feel comfortable in that cabin environment. So your task is to, again, Whether you're in a cabin or whether you're in a home, whether you're in Hawaii, wherever you are, your task is to focus on providing your dog's daily five essential needs. Um, and that is, again, very important for you to remember and realize and focus and provide these for your dog. If you don't, your dog is going to be stressed. So whether you're at the cabin or not, you need to provide your dog's daily five essential needs. Training has to happen in the cabin. Training has to happen. Oh, okay. So these things, all this exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection has to happen 365 days a year, whether you're at home, whether you're in cabin, whether you're at Hawaii, you're in Hawaii or wherever you are, right? These things has to happen every day. If you do it, you're going to see that your dog is going to be feeling more relaxed and comfortable to be in that environment, whichever environment you present to your dog. Does it make sense? All right. Let's go to the next question. Elizuba is saying, "How are you? I'm doing very well. My Jack Russell Terrier is so scared of bath and he won't get into water. The only thing he permits is a baby wipe. He is scared of mug from bathroom. He won't let us wear him collar leash either. Please help." So when you have a traumatized dog like this that um, is scared of the bath itself, what you need to do is you need to take slow steps, small steps. So what I mean by that is um, you need to take one step at a time. So for first week, I would say just take it to the bath, the bathroom, and sit there for 5 minutes and then come out. You don't have to do anything. Just go in the bathroom, sit there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just come out. Second week, you're going to go in near the bathtub, right? Near the area that you're going to wash, bathtub probably. And you're going to go near the bathtub and sit there for 5, 10 minutes and then get out. Now, on top of this, I want you also to work on your dog, make your dog to learn and understand exactly what sit and stay means. I want you to ask your dog to sit and stay and ask your dog to follow this command of sit and stay, no matter if it's in the bathtub, no matter if it's in the living room, no matter if it's in the kitchen, no matter if it's in the backyard, no matter if it's in the dog park. Your dog needs to know 100% exactly what and commit to following sit and stay. So that would help as well. So the second week, you're just going and sitting and staying by the bathtub. The third week, you're asking your dog to go in the bathtub. You may have to pick up your dog and put it in the bathtub and ask your dog to sit and stay. So we are on the third week and we haven't even started on bathing our dog. So if a dog has this much trauma out of bath and shower, you need to go through all these steps. So fourth week, you're going to start opening the water, turning on the water, and that's it. You're going to turn it on for a minute and close it. No shower yet. Fifth week, you're going to turn on the shower and going to bring it near your dog and then just around your dog. You're not going to spray on your dog or anything, and just going to move it back and turn off and go back and on and on. So 6 week, 7 week, maybe you start to spray on your dog and start shampooing slowly. You have to go really slow. So that's what it takes. That's what it takes. When it comes to a dog who's that much traumatic and that much sensitive about taking a bath, you need to go take those steps. Viking. The problem with many owners is that they don't know how to advocate for their dogs. Many focus too much on feeling sorry or worry, etc., instead of guiding and helping the dog. Exactly. And we were talking earlier about dogs who are scared of humans. Um, that's the connection here. So that's what Viking is talking about. And I was saying exactly the same thing. When humans they feel sorry for the dog, they are not good teachers. A good teacher like me, for example, I'm not saying I'm a good teacher. I'm saying a teacher like me, for example, if you come and say my dog, oh my dog is so scared or aggressive or he's like this, you paint horrible situations for me, right? You paint a horrible story and situation for to me, and if I go, oh my god, what happened? How did it happen? If I do that, then I'm just agreeing with you, right? A teacher is going to listen calmly and is going to say, you know what? I'm going to help you. Here's a good example. I think it'll make better sense. And this comes from Cesar Milan, right? Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer. He has this example, and he said this example many years ago. I don't know if you're familiar or not, but he says, imagine there's a home, there's a house that is on fire, and there's a man who's person who's stuck in that inside of the house in that this fire burning home, and a rookie or newbie or a new firefighter comes in and sees this situation. There's a fire going on, and there's a man who's stuck and is injured a bit. Sees this and he goes, "Oh my God, you're hurt. You're injured. Oh my God, there's a fire going on. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna solve this? Oh my God, there's fire going on. Look at you. Oh my God, look, you're burned. Oh my God." So this firefighter is actually not helping this person. It's making the situation even worse. And that person, after hearing that feedback, this fireman, maybe just give up and say, you know what, I'm done, and I'm just going to let go and die, right? But imagine the same situation, the same person with the same fire, same situation, and experienced firefighter comes in and sees the same situation, and he says to the person, "Don't worry, we got it. You're okay. You'll be fine. No worries. I got it. I'll take care of things. You'll be fine. Just relax. I'll take care of it." And if it does that, if it says that and it shares that energy with that person is going to say, "Oh, you know what? I feel so much better. I'm going to survive. Everything is going to be okay. Thank you." So that's the energy. As a dog owner who's rescuing a dog, you have to feel that way. You have to feel that you're confident, you can help this dog, give positive feedback to this dog, and share positive energy. And if you do that, that dog has an opportunity to change and survive. But if you don't, that dog may not even survive in this society. The dog who's meant to live 10, 15, 16 years, and if you don't help it, you don't give that opportunity for that dog to live a healthy, happy life for years, then you're not doing your job. You're not helping, right? So, yeah. Antonio, what commands do you recommend teaching your dog first? The first three commands that I recommend to teach a dog is sit, stay, calm. These are the three main, basically, that not only um, they are easy to teach, but they are much more beneficial than any other command. So these three commands are the main three commands that I start teaching a puppy and an adult dog. Viking is saying, Saro, you are amazing. I think you deserve a bigger audience. Much love from Norway. Thank you thank you very much. That means a lot. I know I need more bigger audience. How do we get bigger audience? I think I know how that. Please share, comment, and share this channel as with as many dog lovers as you can. Just share it. Just tell people to watch my videos. Tell people to come and join the community and subscribe to the channel. That's how we can grow this community. My hope is that someday soon we'll get to a bigger community. We're going to create a bigger community, and we're going to have more positive and effective form of dog community and dog training community. Thank you very much. Arjun, hi sir, I've recently bought a beagle home. He has a specific place to pee and poop. He knows it too, but he somehow poops in some other places of the room too. He's 2.5 months old. What should I do? The problem with allowing a beagle to do its business indoors is that they learn to do it indoors. And dogs, in general, they don't want to do their business indoors. They get confused when you just give them that opportunity. A dog, a beagle, needs to go outside and do its business outside. Your task is to teach it to go outside, whether if it's 2 months old, whether it's 2 years old, whether it's 20 years old. You have to allow this dog to go outside and do its business outside. It's just not natural for a dog to do its business indoors. So if your beagle is doing its business inside of the house, certain places or different places, that is telling you, that is communicating to you, that your beagle is communicating to you, is saying, I don't want to poop inside. I don't want to pee and poo inside. This is where I live. This is where I sleep. This is where I eat. This is where I relax. I don't want to live in my toilet. That's not their toilet. Their house is not their toilet. Dogs are clean animals. They don't want to do their business indoors. You have to allow them. You have to put the leash on and take your beagle outside and let it do its business outside instead of indoors. They don't want to do it indoors. That's the worst thing that you can teach a puppy or a beagle or a dog to learn. That's the worst thing that you can do, because a dog, I want you to understand, dogs, they can't come and have a sit and have a chat with you and say, you know what, this is how I feel today. This is what I want. They can't have a communicate, that they don't talk, right? Instead of talking, they do things. And one of the things that they do is they pee or poo inside of the house. That's how they communicate. And if a dog is pooping and peeing inside, and you say, yes, go ahead and pee and poo inside, you're saying, communicate to me through that pee and pooping. Talk to me. And if you that's happening every day all the time, your dog is telling you, I'm pooping inside, peeing inside because I don't want to do this. This is bothering me. Peeing and pooping inside of the house is a form of communication for a dog. And if you let the dog to do it inside, it won't have any opportunity to communicate to you. If it's pooping and peeing inside every day, that means is telling you, is communicating with you every day, and he's saying, you know what, uh, this is how I feel. This is what I want, right? This is what is happening. So peeing and pooping inside is not right. It's not the ideal form of allowing a dog to do its business. You have to step your dog outside. Arjun is saying, also puppy biting is a big issue. How do I deal with it? Puppy biting is something that you wanna work on uh, as um, as it comes. Um, you know, I was just saying, peeing and pooping is a form of communication. Biting also is another form of communication. If a dog is biting and chewing or digging or doing anything, any behaviors like that, it's a sign of communication. So that dog or that puppy is um, communicating, right? So I'm going to share a video in the chat area. I call it puppy biting solutions, and it's in the chat area. I'm going to put it. Hold on. Um, so I'm going to share that video in the chat area. You can go ahead and watch that and learn how to deal with puppy biting. Arjun is saying he also has a habit of going to the kitchen again and again. How do I stop him? So um, the reason they do this is because there's good stuff happening in the kitchen. Kitchen represents food. Kitchen represents good times. Kitchen represents opportunities. And if your dog is focused on going in the kitchen, for instance, that means your dog is focused on that activity. That has become an activity for your dog. So you have to present or offer different form of um, activity. So what I want you to do is focus on providing your dogs daily 5 essential needs. This is what you need to provide: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. And if you don't do it, again, if you don't focus on these, what happens is your dog becomes creative and starts focusing on things that basically um, it's unwanted, right? So when it's unwanted behavior and you want to deal with that unwanted behavior, you have to understand, so okay, what am I not doing? What am I not offering my dog? Right? So in this case, you're not providing enough exercise, training, socialization, basically. Care and affection are, I'm sure you're providing a lot, because your kitchen is the care. Affection is every time your dog has gone to the kitchen, you have provided affection. So you're forgetting to provide enough exercise, training, and socialization. So focus on providing those 5 things on daily basis every day. And okay, next, yes, next is potato number 3, refrigerator. That's the question. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you listened to the explanation that I did, how to help with extremely unsocialized Doberman dogs. I explained it in the beginning. So if you missed it, potato number 3, refrigerator, you missed it, go back to the beginning of the video. I talked all about it. I answered your question, and several other viewers had asked almost the same question. So I answered all of them. So go back and listen and learn how to help your dobies who are unsocialized. Elizabeth Caruso is in the house. Thank you for being here. Saying, I'm confused. Another well-known training channel highly recommends a gentle leader for dogs that pull. They say it does not hurt the dog. I remember you said it does. How does it? So let me show you what gentle leader is. And many trainers, they will They will advocate this. One of the reasons they advocate these products is because they get paid by the companies that they sell these products. Okay, they get either they get paid or they get what do you call sponsored. Now let's take a look at this. This is how it's supposed to basically look like, but that's not what happens. When you have a dog who is pulling, obviously it's not going to walk like this, right? It's pulling, right? It's going to be pulling on the leash, right? Second of all, when they pull on the leash, this is not this is not going to be looking like this. This is not going to be here. It's going to come over here, or somehow it doesn't feel fit properly. Let me see if I can get this one. What happens? It just look at this. I mean, do you feel comfortable using a product like this yourself? I mean, um, this what does, it pinches the nose. This nose is a very sensitive area of a dog. This is where there are thousands of sensitive um, um, scent detectors. It's very sensitive. This is where the all the magic happens in a dog. Dogs are very uh, they are used for scent tasks, right? They use them uh, detect drugs, bombs, food, and all that because they have a high um, scent uh, ability, right? So this is very sensitive area, and when you pinch it, when you fool around with it, you're damaging those nerves in this area. Whether if it's with this little thing or a big muzzle or whatever, it does cause damage. I want you to just understand this. It's not that I'm saying it doesn't work. It does work because it pinches the dog. It damages, it puts pain in the dog. So the dog says, you know what? It hurts. So therefore, I'm going to stop that behavior. But you tell me that when you put a gentle lead on a dog, does the dog walk like this? No. They pull on the leash even more because it stresses them. They want to get rid of it. They start doing this and they drag their face on the floor because they want to get rid of it because it annoys them, it bothers them. So it stresses them. So therefore, what happens? This dog doesn't get better at walking properly. This dog gets more stressed. This dog gets more agitated when you're using this tool. And because you're the one who's using that tool, that dog connects that sensation, that experience to you. So you represent a negative person. You represent a person who hurts the dog. Okay. And therefore, this dog disconnects itself from you, right? So you think you're doing good, you think that this product is working, you think that is doing good, you think you're helping your dog, but you're doing everything opposite. And one more thing that I want you to understand is if you are depending on tools, then you're not really connected to your dog. You're not, first of all, connected to your dog, and second of all, your dog is not ready for that environment or the situation that you're presenting to your dog. So let's say you take your dog to the park and your dog starts pulling like crazy. and you say, okay, I'm going to put this gentle leader on the dog, so you hopefully will stop pulling on the leash. So your first clue should be that your dog is not ready to be at the park. Not the tool is going to solve this problem. Your first clue should be, okay, me and my dog are not ready to be at the park. If the park is causing my dog to get stressed or anxious or excited to pull on the leash and not listen to me, then I better not to put this dog in this situation. Maybe we moved too fast. Maybe it's too early for us to get to the park. Instead of thinking that way, why are you putting your dog in a situation that has to feel that way? Therefore, you have to use a tool to hopefully deal with the situation and not get the good results either, and therefore also um, cause pain in your dog and damage all the sensitive areas of the nose, plus uh, make the relationship uh, to work negatively. So you're doing all that instead of working on how to improve the walk and the leash. So the way you improve the walk and leash walk is you invest time on training your dog how to walk properly on leash. And I'm sure you have taken my course. I'm not sure which course you're taking. I have several courses on my website. Not sure if you took the puppy training course. I have the naked dog training course, which we do deal with obedience and also leash walk. But if you haven't taken this course and you want to improve your leash walk, take this course. Take the leash training course. Okay, take this leash training course and work on improving your dog's leash walk rather than, again, using tools or gadgets or pain to get results. That's the problem. And I understand you get confused when another well known dog trainer says that, "Ah, it's okay to use this product." Remember, they're either getting paid for it or they're getting sponsored by it for it. And also, they may be uneducated. Even though if they're well known, it doesn't mean that if they're educated, they know what's going on. Has that well-known trainer talk about what it does to the sensitive area of their nose? I don't think so. They haven't even realized that does that. I have spent a lot of time understanding and learning what is the proper way of training dogs rather than quickest way or way that humans or dog owners get fast results. That's the wrong way of looking at dog training. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Why is it, for example, my channel is not high traffic channel? Because I take it slow, I take it calmly, I approach everything uh, logically, not with not like other trainers or other channels that they make a big scene. Oh, look at this, how aggressive this dog is, and I'm gonna change this dog from this to this. And I used a gentle leader or I used the shock collar, and this is the results I get. That's a fake dog training. That's not the real dog training. Real dog training is you spending every day 20 minutes and half an hour a day to work with your dog and getting results after a few months, after a few years. That's what dog training is. Dog training is not, oh, I have an aggressive dog or I have a dog who's pulling on the leash and boom, done. Within a minute or two or 5 minutes, the dog is trained and is done. That's not reality. That's not how it's done. That's not how training dogs happens. You know it yourself. How how hard it is to train a dog, right? Because it takes time. It takes the right steps to take to get results. If you depend on tools and gadgets, you won't get results. I guarantee you. You get a band-aid solution. So hopefully this cleared the confusion. Bhumika, my 3 month old beagle barks and growls at me whenever I ask him to leave anything. Is this any sign of aggression? If yes, what should I do? So here we go. So here's the difference between, again, me and other dog trainers. Other dog trainers, they would say, put the shock collar on, smack the dog, and make sure that the dog knows you're a dominant person and you're in charge and you're the dictator. That's what they would say. But here's my answer. A 3 month old is not connected to you yet. A 3 month old is not connected or bonded or trusting anybody yet. You're feeding the dog, the puppy, or taking care of the puppy. It doesn't mean that that dog is committed to you. You're at the moment, you're just a butler. You're trying to connect with your dog. To connect with a dog to the deepest level that the dog says, you know what, I'm going to listen to this human. I'm going to pay attention to this human. First of all, you have to provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. Okay? If you don't do it, you don't get results. Second of all, it takes almost a year for a dog and a human to bond. For me, I'm a dog trainer. I know what to do, and I know all these answers, almost all the answers to dog problems, right? For me, it will take me 6 months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to bond and get that dog to completely trust me. But for an average human being, it will take a year because me, I'm going to be training my dog 24/7, 365 days a year. But an average person doesn't train the dog, or if it does, it's a once a week for a few weeks. That's it. So it'll take a long time for that dog to say, you know what, I'm going to trust this human and bond with it. It looks like I have no other choice. I'm stuck with this human, so I'm going to trust it, right? But me, because I do everything 24/7, 365 days, that dog will connect with me, boom, within months. Because I focus on providing that dog's daily 5 essential needs, 365 days a year, no matter if it's a holiday, no matter if it's a long weekend, no matter if I'm sick or not, I provide these. Well, you say, how am I supposed to provide all these if I'm sick? I hire somebody to do it. I pay somebody to provide this for my dog. If I'm not physically capable of doing it, I'll ask somebody to do it. That's my commitment to that dog because I made that commitment to uh, take care of that dog, right? And taking care of is not just one of the things. Care is doing everything: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. By providing all these, that dog has no other choice but to bond with me. If I provide all this for this dog is going to say, you are my God. I will do anything for you. So if this your puppy, a 3 month old puppy, is growling at you and is not listening to you, it's because you don't have that connection with your dog. Focus on providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. Don't just provide affection, don't just provide care, provide everything: exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. Make sense? Right? Hopefully that helps, and hopefully that gives you an idea of what you need to focus on. Okay, growling at you is a sign that that dog is saying, you know what, I don't trust you, I don't know you yet. All I know is that you feed me, you take me for a walk, you give me a shelter, right? But other than that, I don't know you. It takes time to connect with the puppy, connect with the dog. Doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes months, even years. I know dog owners. I go to dog parks, which is kind of a nightmare for me. Imagine a chef going to a restaurant and eating crappy food in that restaurant. That's how what happens to me. I go to a dog park and I see so many dog owners who are making so many mistakes, right? And I see dog owners and dogs who are not connected deeply. They just own that dog. That dog just lives, it's a roommate of that human. My dogs are literally my babies in a way, in not in that term that, I baby are my big dogs. No, I literally treat them like, my babies. I give them everything that they need. Therefore, they're deeply connected with me. That's why I get good results when I work with my dogs. I can off leash my beagles. I can do anything. I can go anywhere with my beagles. I can do anything with my dogs. That's because I give them what they want and they give me back what I want. Viking is saying, Bhumika, sounds like your dog is trying to train you. Oh, I see. Okay. Um, Maybe. All right. So we got some free calls. Free calls from Saber Dog as well. Free book. Haha. All right. Free call. And Yusuf is saying a 10-week-old beagle puppy biting on everything. Puppy biting is something that, um, and then the follow up is how do you train him to stop? Puppy biting is something that happens because there are two things happening. The puppy is teething, which means is replacing the puppy teeth with adult teeth. And second of all, because they're getting this sensation, they want to bite things to get rid of this sensation in their gums. Second of all, um, puppies, they do go through this thing which is bite inhibition, which is learning how to bite. Dogs, they bite each other as a play. They do this to learn how to survive, how to play, and how to deal with uh, the biting. It's an instinctual behavior. So in order to prevent those, first of all, you want to provide chew toys for your puppy. So it will redirect the biting to chew toys. And second of all, you want to provide puppies or adult dogs who are well behaved, well social with puppies to play with your puppy so they can practice the biting on each other rather than on human. If you don't give that opportunity, they will do that. So a 10-week-old, I understand they're still young and they don't have their shots yet, and you're worried about taking it to exposing it to other dogs. So you have to provide chew toys. Now, the other thing that I would suggest you to do is watch one of my videos, which I'm gonna share in the chat area. Um, I think I already did, but I'll share it one more time. It's puppy biting solutions. Okay, watch that video and you'll get a little bit more, few more ideas how to do it. Uh, oh, this is a hard one. I can't pronounce this name. I can't say it. Raw Jinwook. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm just going to call it Raw. My 6 months old beagle is friendly, but she doesn't let anybody pet her, including myself. I have been following your videos for the past 3 months. Nothing is working out. Please help me. uh, what do you mean you've been following up? So if you have just watched my videos, that's not following up. If you have watched and learned and done your part and practice with your puppy, it will be more effective. It's not just watching and just doing it once or twice, right? You have to watch, learn, and practice that with your puppy or your dog, your beagle, for a few weeks to become normal, to become a routine. So, for example, if you want your dog um, to allow you to pet you, that means that pet, that beagle doesn't trust you. The reason it doesn't trust you because you haven't done your part. Again, I want you to start focusing on these 5 things. I'm not sure if you have done all this every day for the past 3 months. If you have it and it's not working, I'm so sorry. It's my formula is not working for you. But if you haven't done this way, and if you haven't focused on these, and you haven't provided these, then start today. Start providing proper amount of exercise, not too much, not too little. Start providing training every day for your dog. Every day. Have you been training your dog for every day for the past 3 months? I doubt it. Every day for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Have you done it? I doubt it. Nobody does that. I do it. I train my dog every day, 15 minutes, half an hour. When I say training, I'm not saying just teaching my dog soldier like a soldier, training my dog like a soldier. I actually have fun training my dog. If you follow my training method, it's not the way you think it is, right? Training my dog is something like this. I'll show you what I mean. Let me get it going. So training my dog is something like this. Okay. Your puppy before you play this game. This is very important for you to practice. This is very important for you before you play this game. I suggest you not to play the first game before your puppy knows this, and don't play this game until your puppy knows this. Because if you play it the wrong way, you're going to be teaching the wrong things, and your puppy is going to be practicing the wrong things. You want to do it properly. Nope. Good girl. Sit, stay. That's how you play a fetch game. Sit, stay, go get it, come, sit, and stay. That's the cycle that you have to repeat. Annie, go get it. Annie, come. Good girl. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Annie, nope. Nope. Good girl. Sit, stay. That's how you play a fetch back and brings the toy to you. So I want you to understand the idea behind training. This is what I mean training. Training for me has to be fun for me and for my dog in order to be effective. So what I want you to do is just focus on training your dog, your puppy. This is what I mean. Training is having fun and allowing your puppy to uh, have fun, right? So if you do this every day, which it doesn't seem like training, it seems like I'm playing with my dog, and that's the key of training dogs properly using play and praise reward system. Training dogs in your mind is that I have to uh, you know, do this. I have to go get a bag to put treats in it. Which treat do I use? What treats do I get? Oh, my puppy doesn't like this treat. my puppy doesn't like that treat, oh, didn't work. You're focusing on the wrong stuff. Training is not that. Training is this. Training is spending time. Let me see if I can put. Training is spending time with your dog to play and praise your dog. Meanwhile, you're teaching and training your dog using play and praise. Okay, so that's what I mean. Have you done this? I don't think so. You've done probably the wrong way of training. That's why you're not getting results. You know what I mean? Is it making sense now? So training is another thing that you need to do, right? And it's not the only thing. The next thing is to provide socialization. You know, if your dog is not allowing people to pet her or you, that means it's lacking social skills, right? So I suggest you, my best suggestion for you will be for you to take my puppy training course. Okay, take my puppy training course, work on these, and improve your dog's health, behavior, everything. Therefore, you're going to get better results. If you are not getting results the way you've done it for the past 3 months, it's time to go to the next level and make it serious and learn exactly what you need to do. Right? On YouTube, I can't teach you all these things. Just not possible. You can't learn everything on YouTube. But if you go and join and register my online course, then first of all, you are committed to train your dog. Second of all, I'm committed to train you and teach you, right? And you get full support when you register. And therefore, we can both help your beagle to change, right? We both can be on the same page and help your beagle. So that's the reason why you're not getting results. And if you register now, I have a special going on my puppy training course. If you enter the code summer 2020, you get 20% off the regular price. Okay, so there's a chance for you to take advantage as well. So if you need help, additional help, join my online course. I already answered that. Okay, we got another free cell. Remember, if you want to get free call, if you want to get a free call, 20-minute free call from me using Zoom, make sure that you type in free call in the chat area. During the show, I'll pick one random viewer and I'll reward them. So you have to be available during the live session. So I can pick you and ask you questions and let you know how you can get this free call. Okay. Meanwhile, if you could do me a favor and hit the like button on this video. Also subscribe to the channel. Click on the subscribe button. Let me see if I can get it right. Somewhere there, right there. I'm still practicing on that. There we go. I think there it is. Hit the subscribe button as well. If possible, share this video as well. And also comment in the comments area as well. Because I'm going to, what it does is it tells the video algorithm gods that this video is doing well, is very beneficial to the public, to all dog owners. So it will promote my video to everybody, and I'm going to get a lot more results, better results when the channel, which is going to help the channel to grow faster. All right, so Elizuba is saying, thank you so much for your help. Stay safe and blessed. Thank you very much. Viking is also praying for me. Thank you very much. Viking is saying, sorry, your words are music to my ears. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Riley, my dog just keeps barking. How do I make her stop? By the way, it's pouring rain in this part of the country. In West Coast, North Vancouver, British Columbia, it's pouring rain. It's stormy day. It's an unpleasant day to be outside and walking dogs. All right, so how do I stop my dog from barking? So you hear barking in the background, right? That's a play bark. That's my beagle Harvey is playing with Annie, right? So that's a play bark. So there are different forms of bark. So I'm not sure what type of bark is your dog giving you. There's a play bark. There's a aggressive bark. There's a fearful bark. There's a excited bark. So and there is a warning bark. There's a get back bark. There's a bark like get away from me bark. All kinds of bark. So depending on what type of bark your dog is giving you, you have to address it that way. So barking is a form of communication. A dog, when it's barking, is communicating to you. It's telling you that this is happening and I'm responding to this situation using my bark. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your dog is understanding that you can bark, but not in an annoying way. If it's barking because if something is bothering it, you have to address that situation. If let's say your dog is sitting by the window as watching people passing by and barking at them, so your dog is saying, all these passerbys are annoying me, they're bothering me. So you have to address the situation now. So the way you address the situation is by, first of all, not allowing your dog to get bothered by people passing by. That means don't let your dog to see people passing by. So you remove the dog from that situation, or you put a curtain on the window and your dog doesn't see anything. That's how you solve that problem, for instance. So your dog is saying, this is bothering me. How do I do? What do I do? So don't put your dog in that situation. If your dog is barking, find out what is it that is bothering that dog and remove that stressor from that situation, and that so your dog doesn't get stressed from that. And second of all, teach your dog, first of all, that you can bark. Yes, I understand that stresses you. I agree that those things are stressing you, but let me help you. This is what I want you to focus on instead. So if the people are passing by and stressing you, let me give you this opportunity here. Well, how about me and you, we work on some training. How about we play this game? How about we do some training? Right? Let's do this. So when you do training with your dog, right? When you help your dog to train, your dog now is not focused on barking at the neighbors or people walking by. So now your dog is interacting with you. Meanwhile, your dog is learning that, oh, if I bark, this is what we're going to do. So my human doesn't want me to bark. My human wants to communicate to me, wants to play with me, wants to train with me, right? Or train me. So I'm going to listen to my human. And third of all, what you're doing, you're teaching your dog that this is good, this is bad. This is how you're going to listen to me. This is how you're going to communicate to me. So training is another form of of distraction. Training is another form of teaching a dog how to solve problems, how to listen to you. And training has tremendous amount of benefits when it comes to you and your dog. And if your dog is barking to you, that is because your dog is communicating to you, saying, you know what, I don't know how to solve this problem. Help me to solve problem. This thing is causing me to get stressed. I need help. So you need to help your dog. Does it make sense? So training is a great solution. But again, it's not only training, it's providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. Training is part of it, but you have to provide everything else. Okay? Arjun, would you advise putting a leash to a 2.5-month-old? My vet said I can't till he's around 3, 4 months old. Um, For young dogs, small dogs, and sensitive, fragile dogs, I suggest to put a harness on, the proper harness. So, the harness that I suggest to put on a dog is, hold on, let me see if I can find a video that actually my beagle is wearing one of those harnesses, and I can show you actually what kind of harness I would suggest you to make your puppy to wear. Harness is safer um, than collar. So here's the collar harness that I suggest you to get your puppy. See, it's nice and cozy, nice and comfortable. Um, let me see. And this is the part that this is the video actually that I talk about whether to get a harness or a collar with your dog. So this, you see, it's nice and cozy in front. It's comfortable, supporting the chest. Uh, is not tight on the neck area. Whereas collar, it does damage the neck, whereas harness doesn't. So because your puppy is fragile and young, I suggest you to use a harness rather than a collar. So a harness would be a better option in this case. And it doesn't matter if you're getting a harness that clips in front or the back, as long as this harness is clipping on the back. As long as you're using harness, that's the thing. I would suggest using a harness. I've been advised not to take him to the like a park or something due to possibility of infections. That is lack of education of your vet or whoever advised you. The infection doesn't affect the dogs. Daily socialization is a must. There it is. Okay, right on time. You need to daily take your puppy out for a walk and let it to socialize. There's so much benefits when it comes to taking your dog to the park. Now, I'm not suggesting you to take your puppy to dog park. If it's a 2.5 months old, it's still too young to go to a dog park. I suggest you to take it to just walks on the streets, in the park for a walk, not taking your puppy to the dog park and letting other puppies or the other dogs to play. If you come across puppies and young dogs or dogs who are um, ideal and well behaved to play with your puppy, yes, that's okay. But to take your puppy to a dog park and just letting it to go in the dog park and just be in mercy of other dogs who you don't even know, it's kind of a gamble. That is dangerous. That's not safe. That is disaster can happen, and also it's very um, it's an opportunity for the puppy to experience negative experiences with dogs, which is going to affect its life throughout the life. So I don't suggest to do that. But you can take your dog for a walk everywhere and let it get socialized, let it get exposed to everything and anything that it can. And don't worry about the infection. It doesn't affect the dogs. It may affect, it may affect the humans, but it doesn't affect the dogs. Okay, let's continue. Arjun, aren't your puppy fully vaccinated from around 12 to 16 weeks? Yeah, it's not due to vaccination either. As long as your puppy had its second shot, you can take it out and take it everywhere. But it's matter of safety mostly, right? Okay, let's go through the questions so I can answer all your questions and also pick one random winner today for the free call today. Again, if you're new here, my name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. Make sure to like this page, like this video, and if you want to win a 20-minute free Zoom consultation with me, type hashtag free call in the chat area. So during the show, we'll pick one random viewer, maybe you. So you better be available so I can give you the information of how you can contact me to get this free prize. Free call. Okay. My dog is not eating now. What does that mean? If your dog is not eating, there are several reasons. One, it could be really sick. It could be something wrong. I don't know what's going on. But if it's going on for 2 or 3 days and your dog is not eating, then you should take it to the vet and check with the vet and figure out what's going on. If your dog is not eating today, doesn't feel like eating, there are some days that dogs they don't feel like eating. They fast to feel better. There's something internal minor happening. And most animals, what they do, they fast because they want to feel good. When you or your dog fasts, the body starts healing itself, cleaning itself, and repairing itself. And once it happens, the fasting, once that happens, the body goes back to normal. And fasting could last a day or two as well, or 3 days. Sometimes some dogs, if they are feeling bad, they may even fast for 3 days. That's why I'm saying even after 3 days, if you see that he's not eating after 3 days and it's a lab and 7 months old, if it's not eating after 3 days, there's something really serious. Then you have to take your puppy to the vet. But if it's happening a day or two is not eating and starts eating, that means it was just trying to repair itself and feel better. And dogs do that. Fasting is a great uh, way of healing, and I do it myself. Some humans do too. There are days that I eat maybe one meal a day. So there are some days now very hard to come that I don't eat for a day as well. It gives an opportunity for the body to recycle, clean, and repair itself. Viking, I feed only balanced raw diet. I very much recommend it to all dogs. They will live up to 4 years longer than on dry kibble, a lot less vet bills, and no allergies. Definitely. Studies have shown and proven that yes, if we start feeding our dogs fresh food like raw diet or home cooked meat also, it will expand our dog's longevity. It has shown that they live at least 2 to 4, even 6 years longer than the dogs who are on kibble diet. Thank you very much for sharing that. Uh, Good point. All right, yes, let's do this, guys. Let's hit the bell, hit the like button so we can bring the like numbers higher. Let's see, where are we? We are 12 now. Let's make that 14, 15. Come on, guys, we can do this. Um, Teresa is in the house. Welcome, Teresa. How many times a day should a dog owner focus on the five essential needs? In other words, do you go through one through five many times a day, or do you focus on doing it once a day? Great question. So we're talking about a dog's five essential needs, right? Which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. So how many times, or do you need to repeat this, or is it once, or do you need to repeat this? Great question. So I do suggest to do this 2 to 5 times a day, depending on your lifestyle, depending on how you live, depending on how your situation is. Um, so, for example, me, I do this at least twice a day. Um, what that means is with my Annie, I do twice a day. Annie and Harvey, I do at least twice a day. I I exercise my dogs twice a day. I take them for a walk twice a day. I train them twice a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. I do socialization throughout the day, uh, all day long. I provide care, which is basically feeding them maybe twice a day. I feed them twice a day. I feed Annie still 3 times a day. That's Annie in the picture, as you can see in here. This is my Annie. I still feed her 3 times a day because she's still growing and she's puppy. And I share affection many times a day because I provide exercise, training, socialization, care. Therefore, me and my dogs, Annie and Harvey, deserve to share affection. If I do all these things, I share affection. If I don't do all these things, I don't share affection. By the way. So this can repeat 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. I usually suggest people to focus on providing it at least 3 times a day. So one in the morning, one in the evening, one at night. One in the morning, one midday, one evening, right? So you're providing it 3 times a day at least. Uh, so you get up in the morning, you take your dog for a walk, and then you come back, or during the walk or at home, you do a training session, and then during the walk or throughout the day, the mid in the morning, you're providing socialization. Come back, provide breakfast. After you breakfast should be given after you provided exercise, training, socialization, and then share affection. And then the dog or the puppy goes to have a nap, and then we repeat that at lunchtime. Goes for a walk, training, socialization. Maybe you don't have to feed lunch, but you can feed a snack, treat, or something as a food care. And then affection. And then repeat over and over again. Something happened there. I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Should be back. Okay, it's back. All right. So that's the answer. Yeah, you repeat as many times as needed or as is suited to your lifestyle. Okay. Aditya, how to interact with your puppy and play with it when he only wants to bite you all the time? So the way you interact with your puppy when your puppy is biting you is just by training, right? Start training your dog. Let me show you a video of me training Annie. This is something that I don't think many dog owners do. For example, I'll be working out or doing some activity. For some reason, I'm not able to share my screen now. For some reason. Um, so what I would do is I would okay, there we go. Here we go. So what I would do is I would do normal stuff, right? And I will ask my dog to do things. So for instance, in this case, I'm doing some stretching and working out and things like that. And I've asked my puppy to sit and stay. That's how I interact with my puppy. My puppy's task at this moment is to sit and stay. You know, I'm working out, I'm doing my regular stuff. Let's say this, I'm working out, right? Uh, you may be in the kitchen. You may be in your office. You ask your puppy to sit and stay. You use training to, um, you see, I keep reminding people to provide their dogs daily 5 essential needs. If I'm sitting, if I'm in the office, I'm doing something. If I'm in the kitchen or something, if I'm cleaning up the house or doing something, I ask my dog, my puppy, to interact with me using play and praise reward system. And I ask my puppy to sit and stay. I'm training my dog. In this case, I asked Annie to lie down and stay. She broke the command. You know, I'm still teaching, right? I'm still training my puppy. This is a video from a long time ago. So there we go. I asked her to sit and stay, and I'm working on. I'm doing push-ups, right? Do you know what I mean? So these are great examples for you to see. This is what I mean by training. Okay, training is something that you do throughout the day. It's not something that you just do for 15 minutes. Yes, there is a time that you need to dedicate and focus on training your puppy for 15 minutes. Um, and then throughout the day you just practice. So if your puppy is biting you, it means it needs to interact with you, right? It needs another form of interaction. It needs another form of stimulation. So you either take it for a walk, or you play with it, or you train it, or you do something with your dog, right? And that's how you interact with your puppy. You got this. Yes. We got Rugio or Raggy, I'm not sure. How to potty train my dog to he keeps pooping and peeing inside the house. Um, for that, what I would suggest you to do is again watch this video. Let me get, you know, if it's pooping and peeing inside of the house, it means you need to potty train your puppy. So how to potty train. So I'm going to share this video. Um, watch this video. It's in the chat area. It's in the chat area. How to train a puppy, potty train a puppy. So watch that video. It'll explain. Basically, you just have to take your puppy out every 2 hours and make sure that your puppy does its business. If it doesn't, bring it home. Keep it under control on in a crate or somewhere that it's under control. Sanandi, how to convince my parents to buy a pup, and my mother is housewife. It's a good question. See, if you want to have a puppy, I'm not sure how old you are, but if you want to have a puppy, you have to understand that with puppy comes a lot of uh, commitments, a lot of opportunities for you to not only learn but also learn how to take care of an animal, but also you have to commit to it 24/7. And most kids, in general, I'm sure you love to have a dog, but the problem is that you're busy with other tasks as well. Uh, you have to go to school, you have to study, you have to learn, you have to go and socialize with kids your age and your kind. Um, there's not much time to invest in the puppy. And what happens is eventually parents become uh, the main caretaker, or who have to commit to the puppy, right, to the dog. And most people are not into it. They don't have the lifestyle to have a dog. So this is something that you have to talk to your parents, see if they're able to commit to have a puppy, to have a dog, because I would say 80 to 90% of the time they're the ones who are taking care of the dog, and you're just there to live with that puppy. That's the reality, unfortunately. So the way you convince them is that you either tell them that you have to take care of the puppy because I can't. Would you do that? If they said yes, we love to have a dog, there you go. If they're saying no, we don't have time, we don't have the patience, we don't know what to do, and you want to have a puppy, is just you just have to wait until the right time comes for you to have a puppy. In life, sometimes you can't have a cake and eat it too. That's the reality of life. Wanting something, it doesn't mean that you have to get it or you're gonna get it. Sometimes life is not what we want. Sometimes life is not what we want to get. Sometimes life is not always I positive. If there's negative in life, that we have to experience both. And it's healthy to experience both positive and negative. If we experience both of them, I think we'll be a better person. If we want something and we get it all the time and it's always positive, positive, we don't learn much. We don't expand our um, knowledge. Mitesh, he says, my 5 month old Labrador retriever is 48 pounds and looks fit. Is he overweight? 5 months old and is 48 pounds. I think it is overweight. I've seen 5 months old puppies, and 48 pounds is the size of and weight of my beagle. Harvey is 48, 46, 48, somewhere around there. So if your puppy is weighing same size as my adult beagle, Harvey is 38. Sorry, Harvey is 38. Sorry, I made a mistake. Harvey is 38 pounds and is fully grown, and your 5 months old beagle retriever is 48 pounds. Yes, I think is overweight. I can kind of imagine and calculate that, yes, it is overweight. So, by the way, what you want to do is feed proper diet. So reduce the food first of all, and feed proper diet, fresh food, either home cooked or raw diet. Give proper amount of exercise and change the lifestyle as well. So therefore, your puppy is going to live healthier and longer life. Yusuf says, "Thank you. You are very welcome." You recommend dog collars or harness or cat collars in the initial stage of leash training. Um, when you have a puppy, you have a small, fragile, young puppy, I do recommend harness for time being, just because you don't want to put collar on a fragile neck and damage the neck and because lots of pulling and pushing happens when the puppy is on the collar. So in order to um, reduce the damage to the neck, which is another sensitive area for the dogs, in general, the head of a dog is very sensitive. Neck and head of a dog is very sensitive. And the one of the previous questions was about the gentle leader or halty. They call it halty as well. So to use or not, or harness or collar, the head of a dog is very sensitive overall. In general, is very sensitive. There are lots of sensitive nerves and um, connections happening in their body, in their head, which is connected to their joint and goes all through the spine, which all these nerve systems are following from the head and goes through the body of a dog. And if you damage the head and neck and nose and all these sensitive areas, it does reflect the damage to go through the whole body. So that is why when you have a dog who has been used on a collar, wrong collar, harness, shock collars, dogs wear shock collars, and or they use halty or gentle leader, all these areas get damaged, you'll see a dog eventually is going to start having hot rashes, hot spots, licking the paws, limping, having back pains. All these issues, the health issues, are developed because the head has been damaged or somehow put under stress and pressure using the wrong tools, wrong way of dealing with this sensitive area. That's why I don't recommend halties, wrong form of using collars, shock collars. I don't recommend, you know, choke chain collars, obviously, and all that, because it does cause a lot of health issues on a short term and also long term to happen to the dog. So for a puppy, I do recommend a harness because you want to prevent of development of health issues, including behavioral issues. All right, Janine, how do I stop my puppy from barking when he hears other dogs bark? He started doing it because of two yapping chihuahuas above me. They bark constantly. I have three Dachshund. He's 10 months old now. So your dog is joining the same stressful situation that is happening upstairs. So your upstairs dogs are in stress because either they've been left home alone, they're stressed somehow for some reason, and they're stressed, and your dog is responding to that stress. So in that case, you have to, redirect your dog to do something else. Either take it for a walk or do some training session with your dog. So redirect the behavior to do something else. Hey guys, before we finish the live show, I want to make sure that uh, I answer all the questions and also select the winner for the 20-minute free consultation session using Zoom. So let's go through the questions quickly. Jeannie, uh, I can't take him to the dog park because he just barks out of fear, and I can't get him to relax. I take him for a walk every day to get exercise. He's really sweet and playful, just can't deal with the barking. So your seems like your dog is barking in all situations. So that means your dog is stressed, is not relaxed, is not focused on you. So I want you again to start providing your dog's daily five essential needs. You need to focus on this. This is the reality. It's not just me telling you do this and the barking is going to stop. It's not one thing. You have to do five things every day for your dog to stop barking. Focus on these 5 things, and then you'll see better results. Dino, hey, Saro, quick question. How should I introduce my dog to my family that's coming over? They got a baby girl and Pepper. My rat terrier has never seen a baby before. So if your dog hasn't seen a baby before, and I think that's the one, rat terrier, the picture, um, what I suggest you to do is there's no point introducing and using your the baby girl as an experiment and all as an example to introduce the puppy, your dog, to the baby. If it's just temporary and it's come and go, there's no point doing it. You know, you're stressing the baby, you're stressing your dog. But if you need to do it, make sure that your dog is just smelling the baby from far. They don't have to really be face to face in order for you to say, okay, they're getting to know each other. Dogs have sensitive scent, power, ability to smell. They can smell the baby from miles away, and by sniffing, they get tons of information. All you have to do is just let your dog to sniff the baby from far and make sure that that baby is safe and secure. If it's something that is going to happen on a regular basis and the baby is going to come all the time, then what you want to do is you're going to have to watch my video, which I'm going to share in the chat area. Let me see. Watch this video and learn more. I'm going to share it in a chat area, and it's called Dogs and Babies. Yoko, can you help me select a random person from the chat area who has said hashtag free call? Just randomly pick one and let me know which one it is, and we'll announce it. And Arjun, oh, he's just bit me a hand while watching your live session. Things happen. You're welcome. Okay, there are tons of questions still coming. By the way, if I don't get to answer your questions live, feel free to ask those questions in the comments area after the live show. I read them all and I answer them all. Hmm? Yes, you just have to write the question one more time in the comments area, and I will read them and answer them. Saber Dog is saying weather is the same here, 15 miles an hour winds and rain. I don't know what's going on in the world. It's 2020 is becoming a very interesting year. I have talked about Ramesh. I have talked about this in the watch the video. You will just rewind and watch the video. Great. My dad did have around 4 dogs in his childhood. He did say that walking on the street so early might affect his limbs. Is it so? No, actually, it's a good thing as long as you provide not more than 15 minutes. So, Arjun, or anybody who has a puppy, you don't want to walk your dog more than 15 minutes at a time, maybe 3, 4 times, 5 times a day, but every time 15 minutes at a time. Don't walk your puppy more than that. And Arjun, you have been selected as the winner for 20-minute free consultation with me using Zoom. So what I like you to do, Arjun, I want you to email me at the email address that I put in the chat area, info@sarodogtraining.com. Email me with your name and your info, and I will send you the link and information to set up our Zoom consultation. Hold on, probably I did it the wrong way. I'll type it again. Email me at info@sarodogtraining.com. If you are on YouTube, you can go to my About page and click on Contact, and that would be also the one. But congratulations, Arjun, you have been selected as the winner. And hopefully I can help you even more when we are talking together. Greek Freak is here. My beagle cries in the crate. The reason for that is because you punishing your puppy probably or beagle in the crate. You're using it as punishment. Put the dog, make sure that your beagle has had exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, and then put it in the crate, and put the crate by your bed at night so it can see you and smell you and sense you, so it will not it will not feel alone and stressed. Arjun, I'm gonna skip your questions because we can talk one-on-one. Anne says, what is your best advice for teaching a beagle to stop barking? Watch my one of my videos, which is about barking, and that will help. Love from India. Saro, can't thank you enough. Sorry to bombard you with so many questions. No worries. You wanted, Arjun. You deserve to have a 20-minute session with me, and I'll help you. No worries. I'm just going to answer a few more questions within the next 3 more minutes, and then we'll end the show. How to stop my beagle from going in the kitchen? Put a baby gate in front of the kitchen. Somehow close the kitchen door, or put a baby gate or a fence or something, right, to stop it. I have a beagle, Luna, and from India. She's barking continuously. If it's a barking, watch one of my videos. Let me share the video that I'm suggesting you to watch, because there are a few questions about barking. So for barking, I'll put the link in the chat area for barking. Watch that video. Dino, he says, thank you so much. You are very welcome. I think I answered most of it. How much exercise is appropriate for a 12-pound miniature schnoodle? 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. That should do it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining the show today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure that you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time, fun. And Arjun, I will talk to you and see you soon. I will contact you as soon as you contact me with your email. Email me, and we'll go from there. Until next time, have fun with your dog. By the way, make sure to watch my video on Sunday as well, and share and subscribe to the channel. Share this channel. Let's get this channel going and grow as fast as possible. Thank you very much. Until next time, have fun with your dog.